Alright, so to X-rank this level, we're going to open up and follow the sign. We're going to move to the right like normal, space jump, make our way past the early areas here, drop down this ledge, and we'll move through these early parts of the level like normal. Just try and get through these obstacles without, you know, messing it up majorly, and you'll be fine. And then you will encounter your first enemy. Now, you're prompted to drop an object on this guy's head. What that will do is eliminate that enemy and then allow you to backtrack to this hole in the ceiling. You may have noticed the way back is blocked, but out through there you can get onto the roof. Now don't be afraid if you can't get this the first try. It's pretty difficult and you'll probably get hurt. Just try not to fall back in the hole and head left off the side of the roof. Ignore the sign. Go left. And while you're running on the roof, it doesn't really matter what you do with your ammo. But yeah, this time we'll ignore the sign and head to the left. Now, you can jump over all of these boxes and bins. I find it more fun to kind of just throw myself with telekinesis. And then you're gonna go down this pit, and you're gonna die. And swap into this albino XP. And now that you've swapped, you can jump up there and perform a roll pounce by holding down from a fall and rolling and jumping near the end of the roll to pounce. And if you don't get it right away, nobody does. It's very challenging. This I understand well. Learning it took me a long time. So yeah, again, you'll do your roll pounces. And then you'll use telekinesis to fly up here. You'll notice this button moves this platform. What you want to do is press it, run and jump at the right time to make it across into this water. Now in this water, you gotta move fast, and a key to what I've noticed is don't always be holding more than one directional key at once. Always be holding just one when moving through these tight areas, because this is one of the most difficult bottlenecks that you'll encounter in this area. And don't be frightened by the low oxygen alarms. You will make it if you keep moving. Give yourself time to breathe, and when you think you have enough air, I would recommend waiting till you're nearly full at minimum. Take it over. Try not to let the gate fall on you, like that one did. That was a terrifying experience. I cannot express enough how careful you need to be to hug the side of the wall. Be incredibly cautious as you make your way down to grab onto every grabbable object, every surface, as you climb down the side of the map. It's incredibly dangerous. That could happen from a higher height. Now you're going to want to kick this weapons crate open and grab whatever's in there. Take yourself a golf cart. Fly over these. And then build of as much momentum as you can, and completely whiff the jump. You can just get out of the golf cart and use telekinesis to fly back up there. Or you can just go under. It doesn't really make a difference. Now, I'm gonna break these weapon crates open because I don't have full ammo with one weapon. I don't really trust the full auto shotgun, so I am going to head down and break this other weapons crate that I see. Of course, this stuff in the way you'll have to move. Magnums are pretty decent weapons, so I loaded this one. It always is better to have as many loaded guns as possible, even if you don't like the guns. Now don't rush too fast through this area. Now over here you'll reach the low oxygen levels section. You'll want to move as quickly as you can through this little area. It's not a very large area, but it is definitely a concern if you move too slow. And if you make a mistake like I just did in the video, you will have to move fast to throw yourself over. Because once you start running low on oxygen, you can't make the jump across that gap anymore, and you have to work for it. Of course, once you're over the edge, you'll be okay. You're just going to make your way through this area as you would any other area. Don't get too caught up on the fact that if you die, you have to do it all over again. Try and use things in your environment to your advantage if you feel like that won't be too dangerous. I was hoping to get a gun out of that metal crate there, but it didn't work out. I waited here so that the fire would go out, but I got a little impatient. Didn't take any damage anyway. Now here, take another weapon. Make sure that all the weapons that you do have are as full on ammo as you can get them to be. Always be checking your ammunition. Once you've reached this area, you are most of the way through this extra section of the map, and you don't have to be too concerned. Again, just travel along through the big areas and the boxes, breaking the weapon crates as you go. You want as much ammunition as possible just to have it. Now, where you are right now is directly beneath the room where they give you those weapons. That bloodstain you just saw on the ceiling for a moment there is of the guy who we dropped that metal box on earlier. You're gonna go into here and rejoin the main area. Always be armed. And, you know, from this point on, the level carries out as normal, for the most part. You'll come out of the water. push everything down the shaft. I again like to break weapons crates. But at this point in the map, you've done almost everything that you'll need to do. So just take advantage of your environment without getting hurt as much as possible. The last 3 enemies of the level should be a piece of cake for you if you are thinking about extra. And finish them off. And by this point, you have defeated every enemy in the level. It is functionally over. And, well, that's everything you need to know. Make sure that you are playing on brutal mode because it's only possible with X-rank levels. And that is it for this Gunsaw tutorial. If this was useful, I'm probably going to make one of these for every level, so hope it was handy, and I'll see you in Lockbreak.